What's up, Amazon sellers? Do you want to learn more about the different essential ways to manage your Amazon inventory, keep your skills up, and make sure your sales are still flowing? Well, in this video today, I'm going to share with you a guide on how to manage your Amazon inventory to make sure that you push your business to the next level. Stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson. I've been selling on Amazon now, doing online arbitrage for the last 5 years. Now in the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, check this out. In the USA, I'm a 6-figure Amazon seller, check this out. So hopefully in the future, I'm going to expand into another marketplace. And if you're interested in learning how I'm doing it and what I'm learning on my journey, do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. But hey, enough about me. What are we going to talk about today? Well, first things first, I'll give you a little introduction to the video, talk about why we're making it. Number 2, I'm going to go through some common inventory issues faced by Amazon sellers. Number 3, I'm going to talk about how to actually manage inventory and shipments on Amazon Seller Central. And finally, number 4, I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks to help you manage your inventory. They're going to really help you out. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, let's give you a little bit of an introduction to the video itself. Now, before anything else, what is inventory management? Well, basically, inventory management is the process of tracking, storing your products to meet the customer's demands quickly and efficiently. Now, it applies to you and your business around everything from sourcing, storing in the warehouse, shipping it to Amazon, storing it in Amazon, also processing it, getting those products ready for sale, and obviously on sale in Amazon, and maybe even returns on the customer. Be mindful of that. Now, you might be asking why inventory management is important. Well, look, let's say, for example, you keep running out of stock, then your customers are going to likely purchase from your competitors, and guess what? You're not going to make as many sales. Now, on the other hand, if you overstock on inventory and maybe you tie up capital in your business, then you're going to incur additional fees, long-term storage fees, but also as well, you've got that money tied up in stock that isn't really selling with too much stock. You could have invested better in other stock. So managing that stock is going to be really important. And at the end of the day, your inventory, your stock is really just your cash. Now, with that being said, being able to, should we say, find the optimal balance between too little stock and perhaps too much stock is going to be super important for you having good inventory management, obviously good cash flow management, and ultimately profitability within your Amazon business. There are more factors, should we say, which do affect Amazon inventory, which I really want to share with you over the next few chapters that are going to support you in understanding what you need to know in managing your Amazon inventory. Look, by the way, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but we do run 2 7-figure Amazon businesses, so I'd like to think I'm pretty good at doing it and obviously know what we're doing. But I'd like to ask, how good do you think you are? Maybe on a scale of 1 to 5, let me know in the comments down below. 1 being, I'm just getting started, I'm not too sure. 5 is like, Tom, I'm an expert, I should be teaching you. And please do teach me, I want to know more, I want to level up my game as well. Okay, so this leads me nicely on to, should we say, some of the common inventory issues that are faced by Amazon sellers. The first things first, should we say, the biggest issue that I see all the time with Amazon inventory is excess inventory. Amazon considers a product to have a generally excess inventory if it's been generated over about 90 days and it has at least 1 aged unit over 90 days. They're called Amazon fulfillment centers, not Amazon storage centers. They're for filling goods, not storing them for long term. Now, what I will say is having too much inventory within your Amazon business can hurt your Amazon business. Why? Well, excess inventory can, first of all, eat money due to storage costs, long-term storage fees, and also this is going to affect your IPI score within Amazon. But also, number 2 is tying up capital that you could invest in other products which could be selling right now, which obviously you can't buy because you don't have the money. Now, you might be asking, what can you do when you have excess inventory? Well, basically, if the product is still selling and you believe it's still profitable, then you might have to be patient to wait for it to be sold. But if you see that the prices, should we say, going down, or perhaps maybe you're not going to be making a profit, the usual practice we, should we say, do in my own business is to sell that product, even if it means we need to, should we say, do it aggressively, maybe even breaking even or making a small loss just to get that cash out of that product so we can go invest into another product and stop incurring those fees and obviously having stock sat in Amazon's warehouse doing nothing, and which will probably never make money anyway. Now, the second issue I'm going to talk about for you is about running out of stock. And this is quite a common one. Previously, I mentioned that it's bad to have, say, too much stock. But on the other hand, it's also essential to make sure you've got enough units to meet demand, because no one likes to order an item and then to find out it's out of stock, and that's your customers on Amazon. So for you, your job is making sure you're keeping the top selling products in stock at all times. Now, what can you do to avoid running out of stock? Well, basically, what I recommend for you to do is to track your inventory. And this is your sales, really. Why? Well, the demand for your product changes every now and then, and depending on the time of year, Christmas, Easter, summer, for example. So the inventory we have today can potentially come unsellable tomorrow. Maybe it's damaged with Amazon, or maybe we've just sold out because of the time of year we didn't really track or we didn't understand. That is why tracking your inventory, looking at our sales every day is super important to understanding the demand for the product and helping you decide, hey, I need to buy more of this product because it's making me profit and I'm going to run out quick. So managing that inventory tracking is going to be super important to decide which products you need to reorder and obviously how many you need to reorder as well. Now, the third issue I'm going to talk about is what's in stranded inventory. Well, basically, stranded inventory is whereby you've got a product within Amazon FBA warehouses and it's become unsellable, or should you say, it's not sellable within your inventory. And that may be because actually it's stranded within the fulfillment center or the warehouses within FBA, and it's listed, it's there, but it isn't actually on sale on Amazon's live website because the units are stranded. Now, this can affect your business because you've paid for this product to ship it to Amazon, and right now it isn't on sale. Now, stranded inventory will generally mean one of many problems, but the real question you want to ask is, what can you do to avoid stranded inventory? Well, what I really recommend for you is do not close your listing, do not delete a listing immediately after selling through inventory. Why? Maybe if there's lost inventory, maybe if Amazon's misplaced it, or perhaps maybe there are customer returns of an item, then there won't be what's known as an active offer within your Amazon Seller Central. And this means that when the inventory comes back into your, inventory on Seller Central, there'll be no offer for it to sell against on the, the website. As a result, it will go into stranded, and Amazon will be like, what do you want to do with this? So your job is obviously to then create an active listing for it to sell on. So if you're deleting these active listings straight away, you're going to have this problem. But if you kind of keep them there for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's going to help you out. Now, what I will say is that I can go on and on and on and talk about stranded inventory because there's lots of nuances. If you want to learn more about stranded inventory and actually how to fix the problems, then what I'll do is I'll drop a video up above called How to Fix Stranded Inventory in Amazon FBA. And what I do with that, I give you a live screen share of exactly what to do step by step in fixing that problem, and I talk about some of the top tips and tricks that are going to help you out. Check out that video. Now, the fourth and the final issue is called spoilage, or damage, or problems with items. Now, basically, spoilage is for items like food products, supplements, cosmetics, maybe things have a sell by date. Now, you might be asking, what will happen if you send in expired products? Well, generally, Amazon state that if you fail to comply with their shipping requirements, and I think it's 6 months, they're basically going to, either not accept them or they're going to dispose of the inventory for you, which is going to cost you your inventory. Now, worst case example, it will actually potentially go down to deactivation of your Amazon selling account. So it can get pretty serious. Hopefully that isn't going to happen straight away. So what you can do is to track items with expiry dates, products to use by tracking expiry dates using what's known as custom or multiple SKUs, SKUs, stock keeping units. And this is for items with different expiry dates. Now, one thing I will say is that we've been doing this actually, and we've actually had both of these products live on Amazon at the same time, the November and the December, and you could actually see that we listed twice on the listing. Why? Because they had different expiry dates. Now, we've had complaints from other sellers saying that you can't do this and you aren't allowed, and it's against Amazon's terms of service. So we thought, hey, you know what? Why don't we actually ask Amazon directly? And they came back to us and said there was no issue at all, and we've been doing this for a long period of time. And unfortunately, sometimes we have them where they're both on the listing, but it's generally not a problem. But what I can say is I can go on and on and on about product with expiration dates and talking about how to do it, what to manage and what to look for. But again, I want to make sure you're getting the right information concisely. So if you have problems with expiration dates, check out the video up here that I created called What to Do when Selling Items with Expiration Dates on Amazon. That's going to help you out. Okay, so today I'm talking about inventory management. Now, the one thing I'll say is within my own Amazon business, we have really good inventory management processes, systems, and SOPs. I have, I think it's 6 admin VAs who manage all my inventory management, all my financial management. They even do me the managing the stock. They do the cash flow reports every week. They even do the balance sheet once a month, and they do the P&L once a month. I get a full P&L, and they do all the bookkeeping, and obviously help me with VAT returns and my tax returns that I have to do, and obviously work directly with my accountants. Now, the one thing which I say is all of this is 100% documented, all my SOPs, videos from me, videos from my own team about how we do all this, and we use it for our own training within the FastTrackFBA Admin Mastery course. This is my SOPs, my documents, everything that I've done to manage inventory, all the sheets, all the templates that we use. Also as well, all that financial side. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the course and what you can learn from the Admin Mastery course, have a look at the link down below, and obviously that might help you out in like really taking your business to the next level. And it covers not only the UK but also the USA, who are doing 7 figures in both of those businesses. Check it out. Hopefully it's going to help you. And also as well, with that course, you get access to our private members group where you can ask questions around all the administration, and we have, my team in there supporting you as well. So check out that course now. Okay, so this leads me nicely onto my third chapter, how to actually manage inventory and shipments on Amazon Seller Central. Now, what I will do with you is I asked my team, who by the way, they are the experts, they've been doing it for years. I've asked my team to record a video about how they manage inventory around Amazon Seller Central. And again, it's kind of part of what we do within our SCPs and our courses. So I want to share that with you now. So check this out. This is what my team have done, talking about how they manage inventory on Amazon Seller Central.
Inventory management, so we can find all of that on this button up here. So you'll just have to click that, and then you will be given a lot more options. So in here we can see catalog, inventory, pricing, orders, and so many more. But for our task for today is just these 2 options. So first is the catalog. So under catalog, if you hover your mouse over this arrow, you will see another set of choices or options that you can check or you can use in managing your inventory in your Seller Central account. So first is the add products option. So if you click that, you will just be redirected. So you will just have to paste the ASIN or the product name or etc. here, and then you just have to click this search button, and the rest of the process is still the same. Also, if you want to upload a listing via bulk upload, what you will choose is, again, we will go back here, we will choose add products via upload. So this is what we actually use most of the time because we mostly do bulk uploads. So if you click that, you will be redirected first to the list of the listings that you have already uploaded to Seller Central. So in here we can see the date and time of upload, the file name, the batch ID, upload status, and of course the actions. So in here you can see that all of these reports on the upper part have been already processed, while in here you can also see if you have failed upload or if there's an error in your upload. And also in another tab, if you can see the upload your spreadsheet, if we click on that, we will be redirected to an interface wherein we will be uploading our file. So you just have to drag or drop the file here, or you can browse in your files. So the only accepted file formats are Excel or TSV. And then if you want to receive an email alert regarding your upload status, so you just have to put in your email here, email address, and then if you've already uploaded the file, this upload file button will be clickable already. And then once you've uploaded that, of course, that will be reflected on this tab. And then next, another thing that we check when we do inventory management, of course, under the inventory column or inventory tab, there's another more options when you hover your mouse over this arrow. So first is the manage all inventory. So if we click on that, we'll just be redirected to the old interface wherein we can see all of the choices here above. So all of the checkings, all of the categories, you will see already displayed on the upper part. Also, there's still this search button wherein you can search the products you wish to check, and then just click this search button. On the lower part, of course, here's all the items that you have listed previously or currently. So you can filter the items depending on your preferred category. So you can just tick active, inactive, incomplete, listing removed, search suppressed, and also you can filter the fulfillment type. If you wish to add additional filters, you can find it on this button there. Next is, of course, again, these are just the common details that we need to be able to monitor or to manage our inventory. So, of course, first one is the status, the image, SKU and the condition, product name and ASIN, date created and status change date, the available quantity, the estimated fee per unit sold, price plus shipping and pricing status, business price plus postage, and on the last part is the edit button. And of course, if you click this arrow or drop down button, you will see a lot more options wherein you can do whatever you want with that item. So if you want to delete the product or listing, you can do that here as well. So let's go back to the main choices or the main categories. So in here, we just use this manage all inventory if we wish to go back to the old interface. But of course, since we are under FBA or the fulfillment by Amazon, so what we usually use is this three. So FBA inventory, inventory planning, and the shipments. For the other two categories, so we don't really use this in our daily task. So this just three options that we use. So first, in FBA inventory, we will be redirected to a different interface. So this is the updated one. And if you can notice earlier, I've shown that on the old interface, all of the other subcategories are displayed on this upper part, but on the new interface, the other subcategories are being hidden on this drop down arrow. So under inventory, we have FBA inventory, which we just clicked earlier, inventory planning, and so much more. Under the shipments drop down arrow, so we can see manage shipments, send to Amazon, shipment performance, and scan and label. So before we proceed with that categories, let's see what's on the new interface first. So in here, compared to the old version, we can see that there's no filters to be ticked here. You can do filters right here. Okay, and also there's still this search bar wherein you can search any item you wish to check. And also, if you can notice, the product details on this new interface much more detailed compared to the old version. So let's go to our inventory. So we're done with the FBA inventory. For the inventory planning, just like detailed overview of all the items. So in here, on the first part, we can see our inventory performance index or our IPI score. So as we can see, we still have a score of 550, which is still a great score. We're still on the green area. For we can also see the SKUs to restock today, and also the excess units, and also the SKUs. Days in inventory, scroll down, you will see the reduce excess inventory, notifications, the aged inventory summary, and the restock inventory. And then the next one is the restock inventory. So let's check that. So this is also one of our tasks that we do daily in our Seller Central checks. In here, what we can see is all of the items that we have already listed in our Amazon Seller Central account. This is like a suggestion page or the recommendation page for Amazon. So they recommend items to be replenished, and this is where they put all of their recommendations. So here we can see the SKU, the product name, ASIN, and FN SKU, supplier, sales summary, price, total days of supply, recommended replenishment quantity, recommended dispatch date, and the action that you want to choose. So it's either send or replenish inventory, customize SKU settings, and hide recommendation. So it's up to you on the decision whichever you want to do with that item. For the next one, of course, the stranded inventory. This is just the same on how we do the process. You can see a lot of product details from the SKU, product name, FN SKU, price, available, units, auto removal date, date of stranded event, and of course, stranded reason, and this action bar here, or action button here, wherein you will be given a lot of choices on whatever you want to do with that item. So you can create a removal order. The choices here depends on the stranded reason of that item. If you can see, there are different action buttons or action choices here. So of course, this is the same unfulfillable inventory. So these are the inventories that cannot be sold. So these may be damaged, expired or for some other reason cannot be sold on Amazon, you can still create a removal order one by one. So if you want to just create a removal order for a specific item, you can do that here. But if you want to create removal order by bulk, so that's what we usually do, so you can still create that by just clicking this box here. So that will tick all of the box below, and then action on 48 selected, and then create removal order. Now for the shipments, this is one of the biggest, or this is where we can find the biggest change on the update, most updated version in the Seller Central. So we can see here the managed shipment. So let's go to that first. So this is just the same as well. So for this, on the shipping queue, we can see all of the list of the shipments that we have created to Amazon. So you still can search for the shipment ID here, and then you can see the shipment name, the shipment ID, the date created and time, the last updated date and time, the fulfillment center wherein those items or those shipment will be brought to, the SKUs, number of SKUs, units expected, and units received, and of course the status of that shipment, and of course the action button. So you can either choose to track your shipment or to download your SKU list. The update will come in on this choice. So if you can see, this is a new button, which is the send to Amazon button. So this is what we use now in creating shipments to Amazon. The process or the way that we do our shipment before is by uploading our shipment plan, and then you'll just have to answer or to encode some details, and your shipment is good to go. However, on this new update or on this new process of sending your shipments to Amazon, there's quite a lot details that needs to be encoded or to be completed. First is you still have to have a flat file wherein that's the file that you will be uploading here. To show that, I'll be scrolling down and let's start new. As you can see, if you start new, you will see choice here. So it's either select from list, so that means that you have to select from a pre-existing list, or file upload, wherein you will have to upload the flat file that I've mentioned earlier, which has your shipment plan or the updated or recent shipment plan. You can upload Excel or tab delimited tab file. So as you can see here, Amazon already put a step-by-step process on how you will do the new send to Amazon feature of Seller Central. So you just have to follow that, and then once you've done your file, you just have to upload it here. So you will have to click that and choose from your files, and then after that, that will automatically be reflected on this tab. So I just click this for me to be able to show you what it looks like. You still have to, of course, to put the prep needed required, and also the unit labeling and other more stuffs. So for us, since we do bulk uploads, so just click this, and then two more categories or options will appear above. So that the first one is the set prep category, wherein when you click that, you'll be redirected to this, and when you click the arrow down button, you will be given all the choices that you need for the prep of your items for the shipment. So for us, we just choose no prep needed, and then you just have to click save. And next is the set prep and label owner. So for us, what we just choose here is, of course, since we're FBA, we choose by seller for both questions here. So who preps units by seller and who labels units by seller. And then again, click save, and that will reflect on all the items here. And then if Amazon's asking for the units, you just have to put the units there, and sometimes they also ask for the expiry date. So again, that's up to you or your warehouse, so you just have to know the expiry date of that item. And then after that, you just have to complete the process by just clicking confirm and continue. So I hope you learned something from me today. So thank you so much.
Now this leads me nicely onto my fourth chapter, top tips to help you manage your inventory. So number one, keep close contact with your suppliers. What I will say is that to keep in constant communication with your suppliers is going to help you understand how long it's going to take for items to be delivered, shipped, And also as well, it's going to help you if anything's delayed. Obviously you can make decisions that maybe I should cancel that order or not. And then obviously that's going to have an impact upon how quick it's going to get to your prep center or maybe your house if you're prepping yourself. And then eventually that means it's going to affect how long it's going to take to get to Amazon. Keeping on track of those suppliers, keeping on track of those orders is going to be so important. And that's going to make sure that you're getting your products into Amazon in a timely manner. Now, the second thing I'm going to say is understand what's known as your lead time. It follows on from number one is what I'll say is that the lead time or the management of your lead time is super effective in regards to stock management because it supports you in understanding how long it takes to get the stock from the supplier into your warehouse or your house over to Amazon and then on sale, because you need to calculate this into your, time of restocking your products. For us, for example, in the UK, I think about 7 days, in the US is about 10 to 14 days. My team know the exact number, we track it every single week. So understanding this lead time can help you determine how long it will take you, how much in advance you need to be buying those products from suppliers to make sure you're getting delivered into your warehouse on time, and then obviously getting that prepped and then into Amazon and going live on sale to make sure you're not running out of stock and you're always keeping those sales rolling in from Amazon. Now, the third thing I recommend for you is use Keeper. If you want to know how much demand there is for a product and selling, using Keeper is going to really help you understand the sales history. And by using Keeper, you're going to avoid perhaps maybe overstocking or perhaps understocking. If you're looking at advent calendars coming up until the end of December, probably not going to be so good. Definitely not January is not going to be great. If you're in a seasonal product, Keeper is going to help you see those seasonal demands. And also you can make sure you're getting the right amount of stock in at the right time. Now, if you want to learn more about Keeper and how we use it and what we do with it, do check out my Keeper Basics video. I'll drop a link up here, and that's a 3-part mini-series I created that's going to really support you. Now, what I will say is after going through this guide on how to manage inventory on Amazon, you might want to learn more about further about inventory management and becoming a competitive seller. So I'll drop a link around here called How Managing Inventory Makes You a Competitive Seller. Check that out, that's going to help you out. And again, that's just really optimizing and really making it efficient. Why? Because stock is money. We want to make the best return on it. But hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, give me a thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below. That's myself, Thomas Parkinson, and FastTrackFBA. Thank you very much.